I want to talk to you about a follow-up video. Actually, I recorded a video on radical change, and uh, I guess this would be a part two, and it's about stepping up when others won't. Um, I recently stepped into a situation at my condo association, and this really doesn't have to do anything with business other than I feel like it's a test. I feel like I've been tested. And in the last like 2.5 months, I have sent and received around 1,000 emails and organized a special meeting for owners. Um, and tonight we ran that meeting and had a vote. And sorry, I've got some sinus or allergy flare up or something, which as you grow older, it just gets worse and worse, which is wild. But my voice held strong for the amount of talking that I did. Uh, that's besides the point. I think that I stepped up and selfishly threw myself into this position so that I would get my peace back, make sure that my home is safe. Uh, and let me rescind that whole getting my peace back comment, because as talking around with other owners, um, I feel that I will not have much peace. But I'm also just thinking like worst case scenario type of thing. Um, Ultimately, like being tested and pushing myself beyond what I think I could do. Right now, I'm working with 10 different subcontractors, working on different projects and different companies and different brands, and they're all in different deadlines. And I'm working on going to the gym and getting closer to God and developing that part of my life. And I have this relationship with a beautiful girl that I want to make sure that I'm there for her. And I have my passion project, which I'm creating a ton of video for that. And there's people helping me do writing, and it's really my voice. If I'm not crying or anything like that, but I've been really Tetrising my schedule together, and I am not out of the woods. There's probably going to be some stuff going down, just the way the board has acted, the current board that was removed. But I'm having trouble reacting and letting it sink in, because maybe I'll feel better once we're out of the woods and everything is like solid. Because right now we're just a glass house built on sand and nothing solid, and we're not sure how this board is going to react. Um, I feel like they're going to react in a negative manner, and all of this stuff is, I feel like it's helping me get ready for something bigger. Um, which is cool, but then also like scary as hell. It's like this. I don't know. I can't say that I know everything that I'm doing. I'm just doing everything I'm doing as it's coming on. I'm trying to figure it out as it's coming at me, and uh, it's making life fun. That's for sure. Let me pause this for a second. I had to blow my nose, and I'm definitely not going to do that on camera. I think that life has thrown me an interesting situation, an interesting life experience. And I think there's good life experiences, but there's also shitty life experiences. And this was definitely a shitty life experience. But from this life experience, I've learned so much. I've really kept my calm. I've matured as, for the most part, still remnants of like the old, like 20-year-old just angry type of thing. Um, Not that bad. I don't know what it's like to be a 20-year-old now angry. I don't even remember what I was like when I was 20 and angry. Um, but I think that I've really matured, and that I've calmed down and really focusing in on the very next step I can take, and not worrying about all this other stuff that is an unknown. I'm just I would say the biggest lesson I learned from this experience is taking things as they come. Like in there's so much going on right now. And we all have a lot of stuff going on. I'm not saying that I have more stuff going on than other people have stuff going on. I'm just saying for me in my life, in my journey, in like historically of like the past decade, I've been doing more stuff this decade than the last decade. I've been doing more stuff in the last 2 years than I have in the last 5 years or 10 years. And so, um, I don't know where I was going with that, but like historically, like I have a lot of stuff going on. So this has really like kind of cultivated more of my growth and has allowed me to grow and mature a little bit further. And I really believe that as I continue to grow and mature, I will continue to grow into who I'm meant to be. And then I'll be allowed to really uh, be responsible for bigger things, possibly a bigger company or a bigger client or a bigger opportunity. If I take back a look back at when I first got into running my business solely and not working for a W-2 company, I needed to take a look at my budget because I had a budgeted amount of money that I could spend for a year, and I need to figure out like when revenue comes in and when I'm going to be paid and how I pay other people off of that revenue and track everything. And I built a budget and realized that I could live abundantly and happily on very little income, which is awesome. But I had to be able to manage a, a bunch of money so that I can learn to manage a lot of money. And the amount of money I'm managing now compared to what I was managed is quite significantly different. Um, it's not like a ton different. I'm reinvesting a lot more into my business, but I don't think that I would have been able to handle the amount of money that I'm managing if I wasn't able to handle this smaller amount of money in a budget. So the lesson I'm learning, or I think I'm learning, is that if I can manage all this stuff that I'm managing, that's going to set me up for bigger success in the future. If I can keep my cool during difficult situations or in communicating with difficult people, that will help me be a better communicator. That will help me slow down. That will help me in my talking. That will help me in my thinking. That will help me in my understanding. That could help me in the overall circle of what is going on, or it could not. I could be totally wrong, but I like to think that what I'm doing now will benefit me in the future. Like right now, I'm planting seeds. I'm planting seeds of things that I can work on, planting seeds of disciplines. I'm planting seeds of habits. I'm planting seeds of um, prospects. I'm planting communication, relationship seeds. I'm planting all these different types of seeds and throwing them all about. And some of them, they fall into the rocks and they're not going to grow. They're not going to mature. They're not going to develop into a fruit that can be reaped. But some of them it's gonna fall into the soil. And that's gonna be beneficial, and then I would be able to learn. Like I'd be able to learn from the seeds that didn't develop or didn't grow, and now I know. Oh, I shouldn't throw seeds there. I shouldn't plant seeds there. I should plant seeds over here. Let me replicate what I'm doing over here. Let me see if I can 10x that. I'm really excited for what the future holds. I have no idea what the future holds, but I know that in a year, by the end of the year, in the next 7 months or however many months are left, um, I will be a completely different person. And I know I said that in the last video, but this position that I have taken on top of all the other things that I've taken on, is going to help me grow and expand and become something more than I am right now. And I don't know what that looks like, but I'm excited for the opportunity to grow. I'm excited for the opportunity to learn. I'm excited for the opportunity to possibly fail, which is just learning in disguise. And I know it won't be easy, but if I can manage everything, then I can set myself up for even greater success in the years to come. And that's very exciting for me. Because I feel like there's something greater out there for me. And I've felt that previously a few times. And now this is it. This is something big. I don't know if it's good big, but it's different. I think once everything settles, I'll be able to relax and enjoy the success. I am proud of how far I've come in this, but it's hard for me to relax and take in what happened this evening. Yeah, that's all I have. Thank you for watching this video or not watching it.